Hello everyone, I'm Overhaul, and today I'm going to review My Hero Academia chapter 216. Well, at least I believe it's 216. I don't know why. I just feel like this chapter is 215, but I don't know, maybe it's because I first saw the spoilers, and I assumed it was for the next chapter because I do believe I saw the spoilers after I read the chapter. So maybe that's why. Who really cares? So yeah, in this in this chapter we finally end this. Well, technically we end the fighting portion of this arc. I mean, it's possible the next chapters are going to be still connected to the arc. It's just going to be not completely together. You know. So yeah, in this chapter we finally added and we added with the best way we could, but 4-0 Class 1A win! Yeah! Finally! It was about time we teach. Well, it was about time Hirokoshi was like, alright, this is ridiculous. I cannot have Class 1B win this. For God's sakes. Maybe if it was something like, maybe if I swap things around, I could, but this, I cannot just end this. I can't accept with Izuku Bakushi losing. It's clear. I must have this Class 1A victory. Because I assumed it was going to be a draw, and I'm basing most of the fandom thought it was going to be a draw, but still, it's great that we get some realism. So yeah, we start this off with Monoma still being in prison, with a ghost girl being thrown in, with Shinsu being thrown in, and with this guy with the twin impact work being thrown in. And we get to see that it's all perfection. So yeah, we also see the size girl still being stuck to the pipe because of Minata's balls. This is the most accurate way I can describe it, but every time I say that, it just feels like I'm implying some sexual innuendo. Why is that a thing? Why? So yeah, still being stuck to the pipes. Which does make me wonder. I don't believe we see her later in the chapter, but still, I am wondering, why is she... How did they get her off this? She's stuck to it, and apparently it takes time for someone to be unstuck. So, how did they unstuck her from that? Did Aizawa use his quirk or something to erase the stickiness? Because I know he can deactivate, he looks at you, but would that unstick her as well? I know it's not a big thing, but I am wondering, how do they get people unstuck from Minata's balls for the more than last great best description? How do they get them unstuck? Do they just wait for the balls to stop losing their purpose? Do they have some kind of scan that tells them for how long you'll be stuck there? Do they take their clothes off? Because I do believe she was stuck to by gloves. Although, how do they get them disconnected? I don't believe we ever got the time period that how long does it take, but still, can someone explain to me how did she get free? Was it I don't get it. It's not a big issue, but still, how do they get them unstuck if they get stuck to Minata? Seriously, how do they get unstuck? Can someone tell me in the comments? But yes, after that, my honestly tirade about the girl being stuck. we get some information from Midnight, ooh, which is like Class A wins and before that she also tells all the ways they end. And although I can imagine some people might be a bit unsatisfied because Class A won, it was three a draw to 1. Well, 3-1 if you don't call it draw. But if you ask me, it makes sense why Class 1A would win. Not just because they have more experience against fighting villains, it just makes more sense. For example, in the first round, Kaminai's quirk, well, it's thunder. It's electricity. And in these type of medias, the electric type users are usually the most OP characters, and how we have seen Tsuyu being extremely, capable as a fighter before. Even arcs where she doesn't do much, it is shown to be one of the more competent ones. So yeah, it does kinda make sense why they would win, and then we have the final 2 arcs. We had Bakugo and Izuku, who are from the first year the most powerful 2 students. The most powerful. You cannot deny that. They are the most powerful 2, being in charge of teams with Jiro, who is most likely either the second or the most advantaged person amongst them. You can argue with Soji, but it's kind of the same thing. So yeah, in the next, and then Izuku with Uraraka being martial arts, and the trapping mechanism with Minata and the whole asset. So yeah, it makes sense why they would win. So yeah, after that we get some little fight interactions, like with Turo and Jiro saying, "No more bias reporting for Blood Kid." Because if he was reporting, he was mostly going to say, "Somehow, just barely, my class lost 2 times in a row in the end. Just barely." I would say it was a dirty trick from Izuku, if I'm being totally honest. Biased as fuck. But yeah, we should get some fine. So yeah, then we get to a little final interaction with Tokoyami commenting on. Another big thing about this chapter is asking what the fuck hell was up with Izuku's quirk down there. I believe Aizawa himself asked, "What the hell was that out there, Izuku? What the hell happened to your quirk?" I know quirks get bad over time, but how the hell did you just BAM? Because here's the thing though. Black Whip is seems to be a type of a quirk which, it's kind of going to be kind of hard to say, it's, I guess, some kind of a new version or something. Hell, even Izuku, I believe, explained a very vague version. I can't remember exact words he stated. I think it was something about, I guess, the energy released in me. I was focused on one thing and my emotions got overboard. I know exactly, but I thought it was I believe the exact words that the fake quirk name they give to Izuku is power. So I would say, apparently, if I use a lot of my power is focused on an arm, unlike in the beginning, it seems that I can do that power energy, and instead of blowing my arm up, it can make an energy type of weapon, because again, the Black Whip doesn't, in a manga it's a bit hard to tell, but the Black Whip could just seem to be a more energy type weapon. How originally we all thought it was going to be a laser beam, for God's sakes. So maybe in the anime they're going to make it less energy base, so I can imagine it would be something like apparently I can use a bunch of energy from my power to make like a whips or something. He tries to explain the best way he can. He says, us, I didn't even knew this could happen, Ben. I mean, you came out of nowhere. I mean, even I don't have any idea how this happened. Lying, obviously, because he needs to keep the secret. And he says, I was thankful Rock and Essential were able to come in and stop me. Which, after that, we get a little bit of a shipping moment between Izuku and Orako. Where Minabe, you sure did jump, with Minabe like, you sure jumped on Izuku as quickly as you could, like the rocket. It's funny. And Orako gets really, like, red, like, I believe she gets purely red, even more than usual. Which I do believe she can express these emotions a little bit right now, because it's after the fight. But yeah. And then Shinzo responds to Izuku, I didn't really did it because I want to save you. I just thought, this is the best chance for me to take you out, to beat you. Because, well, Waka seems to be completely okay with using my brainwashing technique. So, let's do it. So yeah, that was what he was thinking of, and he was not thinking that he could be condemned for that because, you think saving people, that's kind of the whole thing about being a hero. And now I do remember that Aizawa uses his bondings to strangle Shinzo at some point, but I don't know exactly which point, but I believe he does it right now. He's like, don't be ridiculous. It doesn't matter. You cannot save people if you don't first think of yourself. Not every single time must you think about saving people. It doesn't need to be a first objection. Which does make sense. I'm happy we get some kind of that type of a reaction for Aizawa. No. Then we find out that Shinzo was actually aware this was supposed to be his task to getting into the hero course. And Vlad's like, wait, what? You do? And he's like, well, I was the other going in and a fight double. And, well, admittedly, like, so you trained me for a while to get better for no real particular reasons. And then you took me to a battle between two classes, says, to fight in both of the team's matches. It kinda was obvious. I'm kinda shocked no one was like, yeah, it's kinda well, to be fair, that was kinda obvious. I mean, it would just be funny if everyone in the classes were, all the students were like, well, wait, you thought we didn't knew? Wait, so that's why you didn't tell us that. Because you thought this was supposed to be a secret. Which would be just great. But unfortunately we don't get that. And I was like, you're very observant. And Shinzo think he's fair because in his mindset he needs to win both of the two matches. But as I was like, no, you don't need to. We just need to see how you go. We need to see how you use your quirk. We have to see how skilled you are. To see if you are up to the level of the hero course. Which Shinzo doesn't mean it's amazing how high they are. Granted, I would kind of argue that not all the students from class 1A have performed at their fullest. Kirishima! Why does my throat get stuck with these weird things always? Yes, really. So yeah. And he's like, you pass. Next year, second year, you are going to be in the hero course. Which I am wondering why he's going to be in the next year because I believe it's almost at a halfway point for the first year, so why is he going to join in the next year? But hell, maybe he's going to be like, when one class is training, he'll go with one class and then he's going to go with the other class. Like maybe he's going to intertwine. maybe it's going to be something like that, or maybe he's going to get separate lessons with Aizawa like he had before. But who really cares? Yeah, it seems to be like that. So yeah. Now some of the students are like, oh, who is he? So which class is he going? Is he going to 1A or 1B? And Mina is actually like, I say we throw Minata out. I have Minata out because I have it up to here with him. We're talking about a part in the previous chapter, which I don't believe I reviewed, in which Minata uses his grips to block some attacks, and then he jumps right, and then he gets pushed right into Minata's boobs because we needed some nice fan service after all. We are all classy here. So yeah, that's why. But yeah, it was basically that. But I don't believe any of them are going to get replaced. Especially since there's going to be a second year. Although it would be balanced if we really think about it, but who really cares? It's most likely not going to be replaced. So yeah. Yeah. Now people are just wondering. And then Nato starts speaking, he's like, we see them why you class when you fight. And now we had a rematch. Right now, we would win. Oh, I wonder who would win if we had our rematch right now. Basically speaking, as the overconfident dumbass as he is, like, which, I understand why he would speak in this way after the final exams or and the license exams, but his team lost 3-1. Well, it's a draw, but still, I don't really call that. 3-1. So why is he being praised now? How? They had 2 victories that was 4-0. Well, they had only 1. And even that one was just because, for some reason, Toga and Ayama got their brains sucked out through their domestic. So yeah, I don't really understand, but who cares? But Vladkin or Aizawa like, Nato, the class is over. Like, even if we wanted to have that right now, we can't because we are because the class time is over. So yeah. Now after that, Aizawa is like, Monoma, come with me. I'm going to have some. I need you to come with Eri for a second, or the Eri Zoom. Now, there are 2 things I need to discuss in this chapter before we end. The first one is Monoma and Eri. Now, the reason why Monoma is going with Aizawa to go with Eri is most likely so Aizawa will completely understand how the quirk works. Because Monoma can understand the bare minimum of Eri's quirk. So, and Eri is like, what? 8, 6, 7, 9? Extremely young. And she clearly isn't in the mindset that she'll like, now, alright. So, this is how I work with my quirk. This is how I work with it. And that's blah, blah, blah. Like, explain her quirk. So he's going to need Monoma to really copy it and for him to like explain exactly. Because he can get the bare minimum of how the quirk activates and not for it to actually matter out of her. How even better if you can think about how quickly he got all the other quirks. So yeah. Also the lingering effect of the quirks. Which does make some people think that maybe Nato is going to have his Eri's quirk used, or maybe Eri is going to use her quirk to get Mirio's quirk back, because people want to see more Mirio, which granted I can't really complain, but I'll get that in a little bit later. So yeah, this is what the general idea is. I would also say they would just want to get to know Eri's quirk, just so they can know how they can practice with it. Because it's a very unique quirk. I mean, it has many more different variants, like, it can heal people's bodies, it can revert them back before they were even a cell, she can take quirks away, which the person never had that capability. So it's like a complete and complete. So it's like a very it has go back, but in different ways. Can she just revert one part of the person's body to go back? They're trying to get as much information as they can about the quirk. And Naito kind of fits the bill because of his copying work. So yeah, that's kind of why Aizawa wants to have it and tries to find it out. And to help Eri a bit more to understand it, so not every single time Eri is going to see a scary, a scary crow or something appear. She'll go berserk and Aizawa will be like, oh shit! Alright, you get, it's basically like that. So that's why Aizawa wants Naito to come into Eri's room. I wonder how she'll react to it, but she might be a bit more accepting. I mean, how? It's kind of hard to tell which ones she'll be completely accepting, which ones she will not be. I mean, I will, because except for Mirio, Aizawa, and Izuku, and maybe Jiro, but I don't know. Because, the whole music thing, the music festival, the thing she had in the previous arc, well, 2 arcs before, this arc before the Pro Heroes arc, but yeah. Now, the second thing I should also talk about is the whole fear that My Hero fanbase has with this may be the last time we get a big spotlight on Class 1B. Because although they appear very rarely, and honestly some of these characters aren't really even the type of characters I would like to follow that much. I mean, how some of the reasons why my favorite ones are just because of the design and the whole aesthetic with the quirks, nothing else really. Which is basically guaranteed to get me on your side in any way. I mean, even if the character is a horrible character, I can still like it, just because of those aspects. People want to see more of Class 1B. And I can imagine some other studios from Shikatsu, the Big Three, and all that. And now after this arc, they're a bit concerned. Which, if I am totally honest with you, you can hate it, you can comment down below, but whatever you want, I would be completely fine if we would not be seeing them for a long time, or if we do see them, it would be in a, let's say, a cameo appearance, or just fan service with the girls, or something like that. I would have no problems with that. Let me explain my stance. And the stance being, we are over 200 chapters, and the characters from the main class, the Class 1A, we know less than half of those characters. And these characters, this Class 1B and the Big Three and the Shikatsu Academies, take away the intention that all of those other students need. Because at the end of the day, Class 1A is the main team. Yeah, you can have your sensei characters, I mean, they can appear and you can have all the other things, but at the end of the day, Class 1A is the main thing. You can say something like, after the biggest characters from the Class A that we got the most amount, and then you can have the entire Class 1B, and then we get to the other not the most presented Class 1A students. You can say that, but at the end of the day, Class 1A is the main class. And we need more of them. For example, we need to know why at least the most generic or the most basic reasoning why they pick to be heroes. Because the only ones we know is for Izuku, Bakugo, Todoroki, leader Kirishima, Uraraka, and maybe Minata. I think it's Banstead. The reason why he wants to be a hero is because, women. But I can't remember they're just being implied or if it's meant 100% stated. And for all the other characters like Momo, Jiro, Kaminari, or Yama, we have no idea why they picked to be heroes. And that's even coming into big things with characters that quite frankly they're quite frankly background characters. I mean, for God's sakes, why did even characters who we know extremely well, we don't know why they went this way. Like, why did Momo decide to be a hero? I mean, I don't believe we will say ever that she has parents that were extremely great heroes and they were ever really dependent and they really were forced or anything like that on her or anything. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if Momo doesn't even have superheroic parents, if she has just rich parents that make to the point that if they ask, we want our daughter to be in school 100%, they're going to allow it. I mean, I don't believe it was said that it's nothing like that. I don't even believe it was said that you need to be a member of a hero family from a very famous heroes, but you get what? You get it, right? We don't know why she decided to be a hero unless if it's something was her parents told her to be or something. We don't know. We only know that, in fact, the only thing we do know is that if she loses extremely badly, she gets super weak and immediately doubts herself. And well, granted, it doesn't seem to be a problem right now, but who knows? Maybe it's going to be again addressed in the next couple storylines or something. So yeah, why Jiro became? I mean, we had an entire arc where she was, well, debatably the main character. I mean, it's still Izuku for the main villain of the arc, and she was showing the performance, but the arc was supposed to just be the performance, but, you know. I mean, even in the arc where she gets the spotlight, we don't know why she decided to be a hero. We find out how her conversation with her parents went when it was like, alright, when they were sitting down and saying, I want to be a hero, and they're supporting her, but why did she decide to be a hero? And how, when we're the subject of Jiro, does she really have no trauma after the first training camp arc? I mean, apparently she and Toro got the worst from the poison gas, and we can also say Toro could have some trauma, but nothing. I mean, does she really have no trauma after that? I mean, apparently she's already the easiest to be scared a part of Class 1A, like maybe Koda is easier to get scared, but she really doesn't like the whole scary things and how, I mean, it's not like we get to see her something like saying like, hey Zara, why don't I replace one of them when they go training, I come and get the lash sensor I could, and then later I would teach one of them later. I mean, I replace Mina and I go and you tell me everything you train, and then I teach Mina because she's gonna listen to me a bit more successfully than you because it's a middle of the night and we are way outside and all that, something like that. But yeah, and now if Jiro would face Mustard, and now we don't even know if she's aware that Mustard was the guy who gassed her, so no job whatsoever. Or Kaminari, I mean, he appears multiple times, and there are these times where his character is completely boomed from the idiot, trendy guy, and to a badass. Now you're a suspicious type. I mean, it's completely roller coaster. Can we get some explanation? Like, seriously, Class 1A are supposed to be the main ones, and yet we know more about Endeavor, Miyu, Nato, Kendo, Tatsu, Hawks, and a bunch of other. Tamaki, I believe is his name. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Most of the Class 1A, Class 1A is supposed to be the main class, and yet we are constantly cutting from them to focus on some other characters, and then we get some other characters, and again, get some other characters, and the only characters from Class 1A that are still being relevant are the ones we already know so much about. Stupid chain. You get what I'm saying? We need more Class 1A. Even if we want to see more Class 1B, we need to find out more about Class 1A. I mean, we are over 200 chapters, and we know the backstories of why from only half of them, and the character, and granted we know more about the characters from some other ones, but if that's the case, they keep it so open and they can do so much with them. And that's even getting into the League of Villains, who are supposed to be the main antagonists of the entire series, but yet we know somehow even less about their status than the Blackbeard pirates from One Piece, and they appear less than the League of Villains. I mean, yeah, we have those fairies and Toya being Dobby, but hell, that doesn't say much. And hell, we don't even know how powerful they are, and we don't know even, I mean, hell, we don't even know how many members they have right now, how many normal artificial normals they have, why even a dead normal can be used for them, and hell, we don't even know what one of the members, except for his name and having a similar quirk to All For One, is. Like, is he a Nomu? Is he a woman? Is he a man? Is he an older hero that has fallen from grace and has been forgotten? We have no idea. Because for some stupid reason, then we get characters that are great characters, but we get more focus on them than any other members of Class 1A. And when we do get arcs where we can go to pretty much every direction, we get back to Izuku's quirk, which I know they're supposed to be his story, but it's clear that it's not like this just from his point of view, that we get to see what every other villain is doing at this point. Everyone. Even if he is just, and how we have gotten arcs, we have gotten at least one arc which, in the Pro Heroes arc, he matters nothing. The only thing he does in that arc is turn on the TV and see the catastrophe. So yeah, don't give me this excuse though, it's all from Izuku's perspective. The fact is, we need to find out about at least about the characters, what they think, what their upgrades and all this, at least why they decide to be heroes, even if it's something basic. It's like for all of the students. At this point, at least all of them should be having hints to why, and not just some stupid, dumbass things. I mean, sorry, I don't want to make a big rant about this. If I just want this to be something to discuss in the other chapter, but I'm just seriously not understanding why people would like to have pretty much every character that has already appeared, already has arc, we already understand them, to appear multiple times, where our main cast is underdeveloped, is mostly has a bunch of background characters, and could quite frankly, it matters even less, even though we are like 200 chapters over it. I mean, for God's sake, can we really, for God's sakes, can we at least get, 100 chapters before we get to these characters like Shinso, Class 1B, and the Big Three? You know what? I'm sorry for my rant, it's just, I really don't understand. How can we have so many developed characters from Class 1A and the League of Villains, and yet, instead of getting more characters from that, we are wondering, when will these other characters appear? I'm just tired. This just makes me so tired. Oh, anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. click the bell icon so I will not be notified. So you'll be notified every single time you get one of my videos. And I hope, and I cannot wait to see all of you later. Bye.